Ryan, they look like 2016 era Toronto Maple Leafs, where you've got Matthews, Marner, Nylander, you had Connor Brown, you had Kasperi Kapanen, you had Zach Hyman. You just had a lot of young guys, and you're going, oh my God, if even half these guys develop the way they think they should, this has got the makings of just forget about championship core because it didn't work out,
right?
But a fun group to watch.
Certainly fun.
And you mentioned it. You got Celebrini, you got Will Smith. Now you got Michael Misa coming to the table, and they haven't spent anything under the cap. Like when you look at it, like you and I were joking before this free agency frenzy started, and in the NBA, SGA, who's from around here,
from Hamilton,
from Hamilton, signed a 4-year deal worth $285 million, which roughly equates to like $71 million per season.
Yeah.
That's more than the San Jose Sharks spent on the cap this year.
Yeah.
So they just bought out Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Obviously, Logan Couture is no longer there. They have the room to spend when they need to.
Yeah,
and that's going to be the dangerous and maybe the fun part for Mike Grier is like, who do you complement all these young guys with?
Yeah, and they have one of those guys already in Tyler Toffoli. Now it's a matter of finding other players of that ilk, and I would say of that age, and maybe slightly younger. But you want to make sure that you make the most of that cap space while you have it. This is where you don't want to make errors.
Don't get a Patrick Marleau.
Yeah, you have to be ready for certain players when you're bringing them in, and I feel like, like when Ottawa got Alex DeBrincat, it was like, oh, this is too early. Like, you guys are not ready for somebody. Like, Alex DeBrincat is like a finishing,
right?
And to a lesser extent, when he went to Detroit, it's like, no, you guys are not ready. But for San Jose, if you can bring some veterans in, you're at the point where it's like, if it's a short-term pact, you can overpay a couple of guys where it's like, we really need you here, so we'll give you a little bit extra. But yeah, term, very key. And then when you have to sign those big extensions for a Celebrini or a Will Smith, you're set. But also, when you're trying to finally make a playoff push, you can add guys at the deadline who have salary and say like, hey, you know what? You guys have been great. You're still in the hunt. We want to reward you with some new teammates that can help push you over the hump. Again, it's probably not going to be this year, but it could be next year. So having that cap space, making sure you sort of keep the spreadsheet as clean as possible so you have that flexibility, I think is really key.